Hey, on this weekend's podcast, we're talking to Maria Koss about the CRS Rice Bowl 2025. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone. Welcome to United in Mission, One Heart and Mind, a podcast from the Catholic Diocese of Saginaw. I'm your host, John Gonzalez, the Director of Communications here at the Diocese. Inspired by Acts 4:32, we believe that by coming together, one heart and one mind, we can strengthen our faith and live out our mission as disciples of Christ. Now, we have three pillars here at the diocese. It's number one, to love and support our priests. Number two, to form disciples on mission. And number three, go after the lost sheep. Under the leadership of Bishop Robert Gruss, this podcast will explore our pillars and the many ways we are united in faith, service, and love. Join us as we share stories of hope, inspiration, and the power of community in our diocese. You'll find this episode, videos, events, and many more resources on our website. Just go to saginaw.org. Now, let's get to the show.
So, Maria, how are you doing today?
Good. Doing great.
Good, great, yeah.
Yes.
The recent warm-up weather is
Yes.
looking good for you, right?
Yes, I love it.
Well, we appreciate you being on the podcast this weekend, and this is a topic I'm really excited to talk about because this Catholic Relief Services, right? CRS Rice Bowl has been around for many years. In fact, I remember doing it as a kid myself.
Yes, it's been around since 1975. And actually this year they're celebrating their 50th anniversary with Rice Bowl.
Yeah.
So 50 years of Rice Bowl.
And the Rice Bowl is something that I think generations, right? You remember it as a kid, you do it with your kids. It's always been part of our Catholic Church, it seems like.
Yes.
In 50 years, incredible amount of time. Why do you think it's been so successful?
Because we're feeding the poor and vulnerable and the people that don't have any food. And we're also feeding our local communities here in Saginaw County and surrounding counties.
Yeah, as part of the Lenten season, right?
Right.
We're supposed to focus on prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. And the Rice Bowl is centered on almsgiving.
Yes. Centered on all three of those things.
On all three of those things, right? Because you have
Yes.
to pray too along the way,
Yeah,
right? And sacrifice
exactly.
and abstain from things. But I think this idea, at least for me as a kid, I always thought of it, and in doing this with my kids when they were older, is that it felt like it was always feeding the hungry, like in Africa, right? But I'm astounded to know that a lot of the money stays local.
25% of what we give this every year to Rice Bowl stays here in the local community, 25% of that.
Wow.
So we were able last year to work with local agencies like Home to Stay, St. Vincent de Paul, Emmaus House, a couple other ones, St. Agnes, and some parishes as well that have pantries in our local area. So we're giving back to our community by donating and giving to Rice Bowl.
Well, I wish we would have gotten some video off the air of you trying to put together the Rice Bowl. You have it there in front of you, right?
Yes, this is the Rice Bowl. This is this year's Rice Bowl.
Okay.
So last year was kind of similar. We have the picture of the family on there. We have the prayer on one side, the information on another side, and then I didn't close it so you could see it. So if you donate $40, $40 bags of fertilizer and grow for crops, $80 would feed for land to provide milk and income, and $150 for fruit, trees, and nutrition, income, and opportunity. So it has great information on it. It also has a QR code if you want to scan it and donate directly to Rice Bowl that way. But if you donate through your parish or through the diocese, 25% that stays local in our community.
Yeah, I think this is again a great teaching tool for kids.
Mhm.
I know when I was doing this with my kids, they would collect pop cans or just take money out of their piggy bank, and you hear the change going in, and we're like, oh well, whatever they raise there is. You'd be surprised, right? It starts to add up over 40 days.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Definitely. So last year we were able to raise $57,000 in the diocese, and 25% of that was $25,000 is what we were able to give out in grants
wow.
locally here in our local diocese.
Yeah, you mentioned some of those charities and nonprofits that were the benefit from the money that from those coins that the kids put in there. You mentioned a few of them. Are there any that stick out to you, like some of the things that they're doing that you kind of like, oh wow, we're so excited to help this group?
I mean, all of them stood out because they're providing food for the vulnerable and the needy, and for times are rough right now. I mean, we're really struggling in this economy, and what a great way to give back is by providing warm meals on someone's table.
Yeah. So did you do this with your with your son?
Yes, me and my son do this every year, and he actually collects rice bowl money all year round because he likes to give a lot for Lent. He likes to double what he makes every year.
Wow.
So
this
he
is goal.
Yes.
So he's in the $150 range. What was it? What were the price range? 40?
Yes, he's definitely in the 150 range or higher. He enjoys doing this because it's a way to teach our kids how to give back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So these rice bowls, this year's version are they available at all of our diets?
All our rice bowls are available at all of our parishes. And if you didn't get a chance to get one at a parish, call me here at the office and I would love to send you a rice bowl in the mail.
Oh, and you can. I mean, I know there's a calendar. But I was looking at
Yes.
some of this what you brought, and it's got a nice little calendar of
The
things,
40 days.
the 40 days.
Yep.
You know, and the different challenges and so forth. I love this one. 25 cents of every egg you have in your refrigerator. That might be a little dated because there's not a lot of eggs in my refrigerator.
Right.
But no, it's kind of cool. Like 50 cents for each year you participated in the CRS Rice Bowl. So, there's some different challenges. $1, put in $1 in your bowl if you gave up chocolate for Lent. Did you give up chocolate for Lent?
No, I didn't. I gave up pop for Lent.
I know pop. So did I.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's rough. Lemonade's my key now.
Yeah,
Drinking lemonade.
For me too.
Yes.
I'm really drinking a lot of that Crystal Light lemonade with the just pour it in your water, shake it up, and
Yep. No.
it is still not the same.
No.
And then I also gave up coffee, kinda.
Oh yeah. No, I can't give up coffee. Just the pop.
I was telling our producer, Tim Spear, that he's like, "Oh, you give up coffee too?" I'm like, "Well, kind of. I've got myself an out. I'm just kind of giving it a little break from coffee. So if I really need it, it's there, right?"
Definitely.
So, but anyway, kids, I love this part of it. There's a lot of information, right, on the website.
Right.
Scan the
Definitely.
QR code. It'll give you some of the history of it. And you can also go to CRS.org. It'll have information, but we have information on our website too, Saginaw.org, right?
Yes, correct. On the Saginaw Dice website, there's information about Rice Bowl, and there's also on the CRS page, prayers for every day, like prayers for what's going on for feeding people. If you're in need, there's always prayers on the Rice Bowl. A lot of great information to be attained.
You mentioned getting a hold of you in your office here as the mission coordinator for the Catholic Diocese of Saginaw. What is your main job?
My main job is to bring in different mission groups to talk about what's going on all over the world. And I work with different groups in different areas and also work with CRS for Rice Bowl, anything to do with community involvement, pantries of different sorts. I also help out with the migrant pantry in the summer. That'll be happening soon. So any community involvement to do with that. And I also do site visits for the people that apply for these grants and application for the Rice Bowl applications. I go out and do site visits to see if they're applicable to apply and see what are they doing, how are they serving the community, and tell them about the different grants that we have going on, like Rice Bowl, CCHD, CFFM. So it's a really great opportunity being out there in the public.
That's great. So we're collecting this money. It's helping hungry and the needy all over the world, but also more importantly, helping right here in our 11 county area.
Yes, correct.
So $25,000 last year went to local charities, local nonprofits that are feeding the hungry. In part of your job, you see this need out there right now.
Yes, we definitely see the need everywhere. I mean, especially like I said, with the way the economy is right now, we definitely see the need. And for the children that aren't getting the meals at home, they can definitely get it through a pantry or an after school program or any community of involvement that we provide the money and food for.
Now, Maria, you mentioned that you're the mission coordinator here for us. How long have you been here?
I've been at the diocese, I believe, 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it. I enjoy it.
What do you love the most about it?
I love that we get to pray together. We start our mornings off with prayer, and what a beautiful way to start a day with prayer.
Yeah. And then Bishop does mass for us
On Thursdays. Every Thursday we get to go to mass, and just the family involvement, like everyone's family here. We all care about each other. We pray for each other, and it's just a great environment to be in.
And I would imagine you also love these site visits and these going out to different parishes around the diocese, right?
Yes, I enjoy talking to the people, working with the people, and finding out what's going on in my local community that I might not know of if I'm not out there with boots on the ground.
Well, I've been here for 6 months, folks, and one of the best experiences running to Maria in the hallway, and she's like, "Hey, how's your day? How you doing?" You always got the big smile on your
Thank
face.
you.
Really appreciate all the work that you do. All right, let's wrap it up here. Catholic Relief Services, CRS,
Yep.
2025 Lenten is celebrating 50 years
Yes.
of providing meals and food for the hungry all over the country, including here in Saginaw area. Anything else you want to say to people out there watching about CRS and Rice Bowl?
Another way that you can help with Rice Bowl is talking to your local government, to our congressmen, and writing them, writing or calling, emailing to let them know that hunger is important, not just all over the world, but here locally in Michigan, Saginaw County, and our 11 counties, because they don't know what's going on and they need to hear directly from us that are out here in the community.
Yeah.
So feel free to reach out to your governors, your senators, and let them know that there is a need for food, and there's definitely a huge need, not just for the children, but also our elderly, our veterans, and our disabled people as well.
Well, like you said, there are a lot of people that are hurting and struggling right now.
Yes.
And some people you might not realize.
Right.
And that's why these pantries are so important, right?
Right.
You go and pick up, it might help with some meals for the week. It'll help your budget. So thanks again for joining us on the podcast.
Appreciate it.
You got it. All right, folks, that's it for this week. If there's anything you want to know about what's happening, want to get a hold of Maria, just go to saginaw.org. Have a great time.